Good morning from the trail leading up to Mount Marcy in the Adirondacks of New York. Mount Marcy is the highest peak in New York. So this morning I'm making my way up. Probably have about a mile in so far. The trail is pretty flat, gradual incline when you first start. If you're planning on coming up to this area, it's in the high peaks region of the Adirondacks outside of Lake Placid. And you're going to want to get here early because parking fills up pretty quick. Plus it's around an 18-mile up and back. So it's going to take quite a while to complete this hike. And parking, they charge $15 to park. I'm camping at Lake Hart, which is at the Adirondack Lodge, and it's run, I guess it's owned by the Adirondack Mountain Club. So I stayed there last night in a lean-to. They have lean-tos, what they call canvas cabins, but it's more of a tent on a platform. And they have regular campsites. So I chose to stay the night before so I could get up really early and have a good breakfast. And I'm going to camp there again tonight after I get done my hike. This is what the trail looks like so far. It's a very worn and used trail. There's different trails that lead up to the peak of Marcy, and I am heading up the Hoevenberg Trail. This is Marcy Dam. There's a couple lean-tos up in the woods if you wanted to hike up here and stay up here. Fall colors are starting to pop out. Beautiful. Got this nice bridge crossing over the brook. Not much water. Been dry here. There are a lot of different trails in this area, but everything seems to be well marked so far. Heading up Hoevenberg Trail to Mount Marcy. 5.1 miles to Mount Marcy. The trail continues to be very easy, relatively flat. Some gentle ups, some roots, not very many rocks. It's a well-worn trail. They have trail registries that you need to sign every so often so they can keep track of who's here. The weather's beautiful for a hike. I was dressed in layers and I ended up having to take my layers off already. Let's see. Yeah. Very, very well marked. Of course, they recommend paper map and compass. Probably a good idea, but not really necessary as far as I'm concerned. There's so many people here. Trail is starting to change now. More rocky boulders. But they're easy to walk on. At least they're rounded and still making my way up Marcy. It's been a steady climb since Marcy Dam, and then it flattened out a little bit and it's just gradual right now. But I came to this severe weather sign subject to change. I have about 2 more miles to go. Been crossing over these bog boards every so often. There's been some slab rock. Trail so far hasn't been bad at all. Got some pretty steep spots, but then it flattens out a little bit and then starts ascending again. First little view since Marcy Dam. Making my last push up to the top. It's all slab rock, but it's not too bad. It is a little wet, so you just have to take your time. I've reached the alpine zone. These are my views so far. Got up there to go yet. See you at the top. I'm assuming that's the summit of Marcy. Find out when I get there. Okay, we're going up there, and then we're gonna cut over and head up over there. Let's do this. I officially made it to the top of Mount Marcy, and these are the views from the summit. Highest peak in New York. This is Lake Placid, located at the Adirondack Lodge, right around the High Peaks area near Lake Placid. The trees are just starting to get their color, probably be at their peak in another 2 weeks.